Hello grade 8 children. Today I am here to teach you chapter 7 in your textbook that's called factors. So in this lesson we'll look at what are highest common factor. Look at number 15 and see what are the factors. How can you write down 15 as a product of two numbers? I can write 1 times 15. Again, 3 times 5 or 5 times 3, same thing. So, these numbers are called factors. If a number can be written as a product of two whole numbers, numbers are called factors. So, what are the factors of number 15? 1, 3, 5 and 15. Now we'll take another example, 24. What are the factors? We can write 1 times 24. 2 times, you divide by 2 and see what's the other factor. 24 divided by 2, you get 12. So 2 times 12. 3 times 8. 4 times 6. Again, 6 times 4, 8 times 3. So these are the numbers we call factors for 24. So what are the factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. Now we'll take another one. 36. Write down all factors of 36. So you can start from 1. 1 times 36. Divide by 2, you get 18. 2 times 18, 36. Divide by 3 and see, you get 12. Divide by 4, that's 9. 6 times 6, 36. So what are the factors of 36? We can start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36. So these are the factors of 36. We'll take 18 now. 18, how can you write? 1 times 18. 2 times 9. 3 times 6 or 6 times 3, 9 times 2 again. So what are the factors of 18? 1, 2, 3 and then you can write 6, 9, 18. So factors always, 1 and the number itself are factors. Any number when observing factors. When you look at all these numbers, 1 and itself, here 1 and 36 for 36, 1 and 15 for 15. So you get always 1 and the number itself are factors always. Write down all factors of 32. 1 times 32. 1 times 32. 32, you can write 2 times 16. 4 times 8. So what are the factors? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So 1 and the number itself always a factor. Write down all factors of 20. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. So factors of 20, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. 45. 1 times 45. 3 times. 3 times 1, 3. For 15, that's 5. Divide by 5, that's 9. So what are the factors? 1, 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45. Now we'll look at what are common factors. Write down highest common factor. HCF stands for highest common factor of 6 and 10. So that's what we need to find. Now when you take 6, what are the factors? We know 1 and itself always a factor. Then you can divide this by 2. So 2 is a factor. You can divide this by 3. 3 is a factor. So 1, 2, 3, 6. Factors of 10. 1 and itself always a factor. You can divide by 2. You can divide by 5. So when you look at these two numbers, what are common factors of 6 and 10? 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are common factors. Highest common factor of 6 and 10, which one is the highest? 2. So 2 is the highest common factor. The largest common factor is called the highest common factor. So we select common factors out of that. The largest one we call highest common factor. Find the highest common factor of 12 and 18. So how we write 12? 1. Divide by 2. Yes. You get 6. Divide by 3. You get 4. Divide by 4. You get 3. And divide by 6. You get 12. And finally 12 is also a factor. 18. 1. Divisible by 2. Divisible by 3. And what else? 4 is not there. 5, 6. And then 18. What are common factors there? Common ones. 1, 2, 3. And 6 also. So out of these, what's the highest one? 6. 6 is the highest common factor. So we can write 12 in terms of 6 into 2. 18 you can write 6 times 3. So here if you take these two factors, highest common factor is in the circle. 6 is the highest common factor. Find the highest common factor of 15 and 20. 15, 1. Not divisible by 2. 3, 5 and 15. 20, 1, 2. Okay, then 3, not divisible. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then finally 20. So what are the common factors there? 1. Then 5. Those are the two common factors. Out of these two, you can write down the highest one is 5. So if you take 15, I can write 5 times 3 and 5 times 4. So highest common factor is in the circle. Find highest common factor of 20 and 30. Now can you find out at once? When you look at 20 and 30, 10 times 2 and 10 times 3. So here I can write 10 times 2 and 10 times 3. So what's the highest common factor for 20 and 30? That's 10. Find highest common factor of 30 and 45. What do you think? 15 times 2 and 15 times 3. So 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 3 is 45. So what do you think? The highest one? Highest one we can take as 50. 24, 36, 60. Now you get 3 numbers and we are asked to find out the highest common factor. So 24, 36, 60. When you look at it, we see what is the common factor? 12. These are multiples of 12. 12 times 2, 12 times 3, 12 times 5. That's the maximum number, common factor we can take. So what's the highest one? Highest one we can take as 12. These three, 45, 60, 75. So when you look at it carefully, we see 15 is a common factor and it's the highest one. 15 times 3, 15 times 4 and 15 times 5, 75. So highest common factor we can take as 50. Finding highest common factor using prime factors. So we did so far by looking at the numbers, we took the highest one. Now there's a method to find out. If you can't see at once, you can use prime factor method. So we'll take 12. So what you have to do, take separate numbers and see what are the factors. You can divide by 2. Again, you can divide by 2. You can divide by 3. So what are the factors? 2 times 2 times 3. 18. What are the factors? You can divide by 2. Divide by 3. You get 1. 2 times 3 times 3. 24. Divide by 2. Again 2. And again 2 and finally 3. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now what we do, we take the highest common factor from this. This is one common factor and there's another common factor. So what we do, we multiply these two. So we can take highest common factor as 2 and 3, that's 6. So we can write 12 as 6 into 2, 18 as 6 into 3, 24 as 6 into 4. So 6 is the highest common factor for 12, 18 and 24. Find highest common factor of 15, 30 and 45. 15, we know 3 times 5. So when you divide 15, you can see this is 3 and 5. Here you don't need to multiply by 1. So you can write 3 times 5. 30, 3, 2, 5. So 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 45, divide by 3. Again 3, you get 5. 3, 3, 5. Now select the common one. 3 is common and 5 also common. So what's the highest common factor? We multiply these two. So 3 only we take once, and this is 5. So 15. So 15 is the highest common factor of 15, 30 and 45. Finding highest common factor of 12, 24, 60. So now use prime factors and find out. 12, you can write 2, 2, 3. 24, you can write 2, 2, 2, 3. And 60, you can divide and see the factors. 2, 2, 3, 5. Now select common factors. 2 is common. Another 2 is common. And here 3 is also common. So what's the highest one? 2 times another 2 times 3. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So the highest common factor of all these numbers is 12. Now look at 22, 44, 60. When you look at, we see what's the highest common factor, but we'll check it. 22, 2 times 11, 11 times 1. So 2 times 11. 44, divide by 2. 22 again, you get 22 divided by 11, 1. So 2 times 11. 66. When you divide by 2, you get 33. Divide by 3, you get 11. 2, 3, 11. So what's common? 2 is common and 11 is a common factor. So 2 times 11 is the highest common factor. So 22 is the highest common factor. Find highest common factor of 14, 21 and 49. 14. You can divide by 2 and 7. 2 times 7. 21. You can divide by 3. 3 times 7. 49 is 7 times 7. Now, what's the highest one? 7 is the only common factor and it's the highest one. So 7 is the highest one. 26, 39, 65. Now you can do it. So 26 divided by 2, you get 13. 13 is a prime number. So 2 times 13. 39. You can divide by 3 and 13 is a prime number. So 3 times 30. 65. You can divide by 5 and you get 13. So 5 times 13. So what's the common factor? Highest common factor is 13. So 13 you can write as the highest common factor. Write down the highest common factor at once. Now can you see, when you look at these three, we can see 10. 10 times 5, 10 times 6, 10 times 7. So if you can do that, we can easily find out the highest common factor. So from all these, what's the highest common factor? We can write as 10. This one, what do you think? 35. What's the number? 5 times 7. 7 times 7. 7 times 10. What's the number? 7. 7, we can see that's the highest one. 7 times 5. 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 10, 70. So what's the highest one? 7 is the highest common factor. 30, 45, 60. What can you say? 15? 15 times 2. 15 times 3. 15 times 5. So we can write 15 times 2. 15 times 3, you get 45. So here 60 is 15 times 4. So what's the highest common factor? Highest common factor is 15. Look at these numbers, 80, 100 and 180. So 10 is okay. Then look at 8, 10, 18. Another 2 is common. So what's the highest common factor? So you get 20. So just check 20 times 4. 20 times 5, 100. 20 times 5 here, 20 times 4. What's 20 times here? 9. So 20 is the highest common factor. So we can take 20. Now look at these ones, 18, 45, 63. Divisible by 3. And you get 9 and 21. Again divisible by 3. So these are multiples of 9. So I can write 18 as 9 times 2. What's this one? 9 times 5. 63 is 9 times 7. So what's the highest common factor there? 9 is the highest common factor. Finding highest common factor for algebraic terms. Now so far we did numbers. Now these are letters and numbers, a mixture. We call it algebraic terms. Now let's take 4x squared. How can you write 4? 2 and 2. 2 times 2. X squared means x and x. So you can first expand it like this and see what are common factors. 6, how can you write? 2 times 3. And xy, x into y. 8, 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. And x squared means 2 x's there. And y squared means 2 y's. Now take the common ones. 1, 2 is common. What else? X. 1x is common there. And what about y? Y is not common because it's not there here. So only 2 and x. So 2 and x, you can write 2x is the highest common factor. Write down highest common factor for these algebraic terms. 8. 2 times 2 times 2. A is there and b squared means b twice. 12. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3. 12. A squared is A times A and B. Then 20. 2. Then again another 2. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 5, 20. A and B. Now see what are common ones, and from that you can find out the highest one. 2 is common. Another 2. What is A? You can take A as common term and 1B. So what are the common factors? 2, 2, A and B. So when you multiply 2 times 2, 4. So 4AB is the highest common factor. Write down highest common factor for these numbers. AB, A times B. 3AB means 3 times A times B. 4AB means 2 times AB. When you write down factors, make sure that you write in prime numbers. B is common and A is common. So what's the highest common factor? We can multiply A and B. So without this multiplication sign, we can write AB. Another algebraic terms, find the highest common factor. If you can't get it at once, you write like this and find out the prime factors. 2 times 3 is 12. And then P, Q squared means Q and Q. 8, 2 times 2. P squared means P and P and 1 Q there. 40. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 and then 5. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. So when you select the common ones, here 2, another 2 and what else? Here we forgot P and Q squared. So we'll take P and Q squared. P, Q and Q. Now we'll select the common ones. 1P is common. 1Q common here. So that's all. So you can write 2 times P times Q. 2 times 2, 4. 4P Q is the highest common factor. Write down highest common factor for these numbers. 24. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Again 2 and then 3. 2 times 3. And then mn squared. 1m and 2 n's. 36. Divide by 2. 2 you get 9. Divide by 3 and another 3. So 2 times 3 and 3. And m squared, that means 2 m's and 1 n. M squared, n squared here. 48. 48 divide by 2. Divide by 2 again. So when you divide, you get all these numbers. Then 2, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 and then 3. M squared, n squared. So that means 2 m's and 2 n's. Now we'll find out the highest one. 2. Another 2 is common. What else? Look at carefully. 3 is common. We'll take one m and another n. So what's the number? 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So 12 m n. Now you can do this. So write down the factors first. 7, we know it's a prime number. 7 only. 7 times 1x, 2y's. 10, how can you write as prime numbers? 2 times 5. 2x's and 1y. 9, we see 3 times 3 and x for x squared and y for y squared. Now take the common ones out. When you take numbers, nothing common, only letters are common. 1x you can take it out and 1y. That's all. So what's the highest common factor? X into y, or you can write xy. So another one, 6. You can write 2 times 3. 2x's, 2y's. 12. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. 2x's and 1y. 15. 3 times 5. 2x's and 2y's. Now we see that this x is common, another x is common. What else? Another y. So you can take another y. No numbers are common. So what's the highest common factor? X, and y. You can write x squared y. Now we'll look at how we can write algebraic expressions as a product of its factors. So remove highest common factor for the 6x plus 15y and write as a product of two factors. So we can separate the two terms, 6x and 15y. When you look at 6x, you can write 2x and 3. 15y, you can write 3 and 5y. So that's the common one and it's the highest common one. So common factor is 3 and what are the remaining part? You get 2x, 5y. So we can take this highest common factor out and write down the remaining part. So here when you take 3 out from 6, what's remaining? 2x. When you multiply what you get, 3 times 2x, 6x you are getting. Then when you take 3 from here, 15, what's remaining? 5y. So when you take 3 out, you get 5y here. So we can write 6x plus 15y as 3 times 2x plus 5y, because when you multiply, expand, you get the same answer. 6x, 3 times 5, 15y. So you get the same answer. So when you are taking common factors out, what you call that? We are factorizing. What's the reverse order? Expanding brackets and then factorizing. So we are now looking at taking the highest common factor out from the expression. Look at these two, 5a and 10b. So how can you write 5a? I can write 5 times a. 10b, 5 times b, 5 times 2b. Then how can I write 5a and 10b? I can take the highest common factor out and the remaining part I can put inside the brackets. A and plus sign. This sign comes here. So a plus 2b. Now you can check by multiplying these two. 5 times a, 5a. 5 times 2b, 10b. So that's correct. Now see this one. You have given two terms, 7p and 14q. So what's common? 7 times p I can write. 7 times 2q I can write for 14. So 7 is the highest one. So I can take 7 out and write the remaining part, p plus 2q inside brackets. So when you multiply, you get 7p plus 14q. This one, what do you think? 6 times 5, 6 times 2. So I can write 6 times 5m, 6 times 2n. That's 12n. So 6, you can take it out and the remaining part, 5m plus 2n, you can write inside. So 6 times 5, 30, 30m, 6 times 2n, 12n. 15x and 18y, the plus sign is there. So we write plus sign. So 15, 3 times 5x. 18y, 3 times 6y. Now, what's the highest common factor? 3. Take it out and the remaining part, 5x plus 6y, you can write inside the brackets. This one now, the sign is negative. So we'll put negative then. Here this should be negative. 20x you can write 10 with 2x. 10 with 3b, that's 30b. So 10 when you take it out, what's remaining? 2x. Now the sign is minus 3b. Always this sign comes here as well. So 2x minus 3b. Multiply and see. 10 times 2, 20. 10 times 3, 30 and minus sign comes. This one. 4a and 20b. What's common? We'll take 4. 4 times a. 4 times 5b. So 4 is the highest common factor. Take it out. The remaining part, a plus 5b, you can write inside. 8m plus 20n. What's common? Look at carefully. When you look at carefully, sometimes you get it at once. 4. 4 times 2n. 4 times 5n. 4 is the highest common factor. Take it out and write the remaining part inside the bracket. So 2m plus 5n. Write down as product of factors at once. Can you take the highest common one out? 7 and 35. 7 is common. So what's the remaining part? When you take 7, a is there, and then here 35 we have already taken 7. So 5 is remain. 5b. 8, 12, 16. What's the common factor? 4. Multiples of 4. So 4 is common. 2x. 4 times 3, 12. So 3y there. 4 times 4, 16. So 4z. Third one. What's common? 6 and 8, 4. 2 is common. No letters common there. So only you can take 2. So 2a squared remain. Minus sign because this is minus. 2 times 3, 6. So 3b squared. And here 2 times 4, 8. 4c squared. Fourth one. 9, 6, 3. Multiples of 3. So you take 3 out. 3 plus 2x plus y. So here only 3 is common. 12, 16, 20. What's common? 4. 4 you can take it out. 4 times 3, 12. So 3p. 4 times 4, 16. So 4q. And 4 times 5, 20. So that's 5r. 40, 50, 60. You can take 10 out. When you take 10, 4x is there, 5y, and 10 times 6, 60. So minus 6. 22, 11, 33. Definitely we know that's 11. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 1. So you can write a only. No need 1a minus 3b. 14, 21, 35. Multiples of 7. You can take 7 out. 2a, 3b, and 5. 2, 4, 6, 2. Take 2 out. A plus 2b minus 3c. 11, 22, 55 again. 11 is common. X plus 2y minus 5z. Write down as product of factors. Now, no numbers, just the letters. So what's common here? A. I can write a times x. A times y. So I can write ax plus ay, taking the highest common factor out, a, and the remaining part inside. So a into x plus y. So these two are the product of factors. Again, 2pq and 4pr. I can write 2p. 2p times q. 2p times here 2r. You get 4pr. Now 2p is common, highest one. So you can take it out and write q plus 2r. Always check whether you are getting the same term. 2 and pq, 2pq, and 2p into 2r, 4pr. These examples, how can I write? X is common. 3 and x I can take. So 3x into x. 3x into 2y. 3x into 3z. So what's the highest common factor? 3x. I can take it out and write x plus 2y plus 3z. We'll look at this one first. 7xy, 14xz and 21x. So what's common? 7x into what? 7x into 2z. 7x into 3 is 21x. So how can you write down? This one I can write, take 7x out. Take 7x out and write down the remaining part inside. Y, 2z and 3. This one, 8, 12, 16. And here P, P, P. P also common. So we can take 4p out. 4p times 2p. You get 8p squared. 4p times 3q squared. 12pq squared. 4p times 4q, 16pq. So 4p is the highest common factor there. So remaining part you write inside. 2p, 3q squared and 4q. Write down algebraic expression 5a plus 10b as product of two factors. So again, 5a I can write 5 times a. 10b I can write 5 times 2b. So 5 is common, that's the highest common factor, take it out. The remaining part you write inside. Write down algebraic expression 7xy, 14xz, 21x as product of two factors. So 7x is the highest common one, take it out. So you can write y there, 2z, 3. So when you take 7x out, what's remaining? Y plus 2z plus 3. So we call these are factors of this expression. Find factors of these ones, 8p squared, 12pq squared and 8p squared q. So already given 4p, you can take it out. So 4p means 2 and another p. 4 times 3, 12. P is already there, so q squared. When you take 4p out, this is 2pq. 8p squared q you get. Now 4p is the highest common factor, take it out, and remaining part 2p, 3q squared and 2pq you can write inside brackets. Find factors of these three expressions. What's the highest one? X squared, x squared, x squared. So definitely x squared is common. And 6, 9, 12, you get 3. So 3x squared, we can take it out. If it's 3x squared, this is 2y squared. 3x squared, take it, you get 3 only. 3x squared, when you take it, you get 4y. So no need to circle that. So 3x squared is the highest common factor, and you can write down the remaining part inside the brackets. Find factors at once. So we'll do at once. Look at the numbers. 3, 6, 3 is common. So no letters common. So the remaining part you write inside. 6 and 9, 3 is common. So when you take 3 out, it's 2a and 3b. 15 and 20, you can take 3 out. 5x and 4. 3 times. 3 is not common there. What's common? 15 and 20. 5 is common. So when you take 5 out, 3x and 4y. 12 and 15. You can take 3 out. 4a and 3 times 5, 15. So 5b. 20 and 30. I can take 10 out. 2x and 3y. Again, these ones, take the factors at once. 8 and 12, I can take 4. Here, x also common. 4x out. Then 2y remaining. 4x when you take, this is 3z. 9 and 15, 3 is common and 1a is common. So 3a. So 3b, 5c. 16 and 24, what's common? 8. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 3, 24. 8 and 12 here. You can take 4 out. 2 here. X is also common. X is also common. 4 is also common. So 4x you can take it out. 2x, 3y. So you get 12xy. 30 and 45, what's common? 3, you get 15, 10. So only 3 and 5, 15, you can take it out. And 1x. When you take 15x, you get 2y inside. And 15 times 3, 45. 3z. So 15 times 3, 45z. Find factors. Now 3 expressions. 3 terms are there. At once we see a is common. Take it out. The remaining part we write inside brackets. From these we can see only x is common. 1x, 2y and y square. Here sign is the same. You can't change the sign. Here PQ, QR, QS. Q is common. P plus R plus S. Here M is common. You can write M plus N plus here what you write? 1M is there. When you take M out, that means 1 is there. So M times 1 is M. So here when you take the whole thing out, you have to write this is 1. Now here also same thing. When you take A out, this is 1 here. 1 plus B plus B square. This one 2. You can take it out. What else? P, 2P. That's all. So when you take 2P out, Q minus 2R and 3S. What's common here? M is common, 3. So 3M. 4N, you get 12 here, then 5M. 6, 9, 12, 3. 1P is common, so 3P. 2Q, 3R and 4 S. What else? Here, only A. So when you take A out, this is A plus B plus C. This one, X is common and no numbers common. So only X. 2X, 3Y and 5Z. Now what happens? You can take negative numbers as a common factor. So we'll look at this one. So this is a negative number. So negative 2A I can write negative 2 times A. So negative 2 times A. Or I can write negative A times 2. You are still getting the minus 2A. Look at this one. Minus 5B, I can take minus 5 and B, or minus B and 5. Minus 7x, minus 7 with x, or minus x with 7. Here minus 15, minus 3 into positive 5, or I can write 3 with negative 5. Minus 12, minus 4 with 3, or 4 plus 4 with minus 3. I can take the minus sign to any of these factors. Find factors of minus 14A, minus 21B. Minus 14, so we'll take minus 7, then what's the other part? 2A. If you take minus 7 out, what's remaining? 3B. Now we see minus 7 is the common factor, so I can take minus 7 out and write down the remaining part, 2A and 3B inside brackets. Now multiply and see. 7 times 2A, 14, that's minus. Minus and plus, that's minus. You get 21B. Find factors of minus 8x minus 12y. So I can take minus 4 out. If you take minus 4, this is 2x. Minus 4 times 3y, you get minus 12y. Now, we'll take minus 4 out from the two terms. That's the highest common factor. The remaining part you can write inside. So this is plus 3y plus 2x. So that's why this plus 3y comes over there. Now find factors here, both negative. I can take minus 3 out. So when I take minus 3 out, this becomes plus A plus 5B. 4, minus 4 will take out. Minus 4, when you take it out, you get 2x and 3y. From this, minus 3 out, what you get? 3p and 2q. Minus 2 and minus 6. We'll take minus 2 out. A plus 3b. So multiply and see whether you are getting the same expression. All 3 will take minus 2 out. What's happening here? You get 5m. That's positive because this is negative. Now here positive is there. So this becomes negative because you have already taken a minus sign out. So 2 times 4. 8, that's 4n. And minus 2 you have to take it out and then this becomes plus 3. So multiply and see whether you get the sign correctly. Minus 2 and minus, you get plus 8n. We'll take minus 11 out. You can take plus 11 also, then the sign stays the inside. So if you take minus 11, this becomes x plus x. This becomes plus 2y. And here plus becomes minus 3. 15, 18, 3. 3 is common. So we'll take minus 3 out. You get 5p. This is minus. So this becomes plus 6q and 3r. So that means plus or minus. Plus is there. So that becomes minus r. Because minus minus, you get plus there. Take minus 4 out. A. And then this becomes plus 2b. And here plus becomes minus. Minus minus, you get plus. 4 times 3. 24, 36, 12. You can take minus 12 out. So this becomes 2p, 3q, and here minus r. Because minus 12 and minus r, you get plus 12r. 16, 24, 8. I can take minus 8 out. This becomes 2x plus 3y and minus z. So minus 8 and minus c, you get plus 8c. Find factors of following algebraic expressions. So you can take either plus or minus. We'll take all common factors. That's called highest common factor. I can take 2 out. So what's remaining? A plus 2b plus 5. This one, x is common, 4. So I'll take 4x out. This becomes 3, 2y. 4 times 2, 8. xy minus 4x already taken. This is z. 10, 12, 8. I can take 2 and here a, 2a. So what's remaining? 5a and 6b and 4c. All these I can take a out. A plus b plus c. This one, x squared is common. Take it out. 2 plus 3y minus 5z. This one, p is common and 3. So 3p. 3p when you take 3q is there, 4r and 3 times 2, 2s. You get 6ps. Remove common factor at once. So now you should be able to take the highest common factor out at once. So when you take an expression, just try to take all possible factors out. So here x, take it out. What's remaining? Y plus z. Here when you look at this one, a is common. Take it out. So you get a plus b minus 8c. What else? This one. What is common? 3x. When you take 3x, a minus b. Here 9 and 3, 3 common, take it out. You can write 3x plus 1 because remember When you take the highest number out, always remember this is 1. This one x is common. Take it out. Remaining parts you can write inside with the correct sign. A is common. So remaining part a plus b minus c. Here x is common. L minus m minus n. What's common there? 3. Yes, 3 is common. 4p, 5q and minus r. B is common, C is common and A is common. 3 terms common. A, B, C. When you take A, B, C, 1A remaining here, 1B remaining here and 1C remaining there. X, Y, you can take it out. When you take x, y out, x is remaining. Y is remaining there and x, y both remaining here. So try to take the highest one out. So find factors means you are taking the highest common factor out. 3, take it out, you get 4x minus 5. 14 and 21, 7 is the highest common factor. 2m minus 3. 9 and 12, 3. And here a squared is also common. When you take 3a squared, you get 3 minus 4b. Here 16 and 24. What's the highest one? 8 and x. So 2x, 8 times 2, 16, x squared. And here 3y. 8 times 3, 24, xy. This one, 15 and 20. 5, x and y common. 3y remaining. 5 you have already taken, so this becomes 4x. 12 and 21. 3. X squared is common and 1y is common. Take it out. So what's remaining? 4 here plus 3 x squared y, we have taken that one out. 3 times 4, 12 minus 7 x squared you have taken out, so 1x is remaining. And y squared is there, we took 1y out, 1y remaining. Check it again. 3 x squared, so 3 times 7, 21. X squared and x, x cube, y and y, y squared. Now we'll look at your review exercise. Find the highest common factor of each set of numbers given below. So how we find out? Do it separately and find out the highest common factor. 12, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12. 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 3, 18. Now take the highest one. 2 and 3. So highest common factor is 2 and 3, that's 6. 30 and 24. 2 times 15. 15 you can write 3 and 5. If you can't figure it out, you do separately and find out the factors. So here 15, 3 times 5. And 24, 2 times 12. 12 means 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3. Now what are the common factors? 2 and 3. So highest common factor is 2 times 3, that's 6. 45 and 60. 45, 60. You can divide by 5. 5 times 9. 9 you can write 3 and 3. Divide by 5. You get 12. 12 you can write 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So what's the highest common factor? 5, 3. That's all. 5 times 3, that's 15. 6, 12, 18. When you take that, we can see 6 is the highest common factor, but we'll show the workings. 2 times 3. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. 2 times 9, so that 9 is 3 times 3. 2 is common and 3 is common. So highest common factor is 2 times 3, that's 6. This one, 15, 30 and 75. 3 times 5. 30, 3 times 10, so you can write 3. 10 you can write 2 and 5. 75, 3, you get 3 times 2, 6, so 25. 25 you can write 5 and 5. Now what's the highest common factor? 3 and 5. You get 15. Now take this one. 36, 24 and 60. You can divide by 2. You get 18. 18 also divide by 2. You get 9. 9 you can write 3 and 3. 24. You can divide by 2. You get 12. 12 how you can write? 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3. 60 divide by 2. You get 30. Divide by 2 again, 15. 3 times 5. Now, what's common? 2, another 2, and 3 common. Now, what's the highest common factor? 2 times 2 times 3, 4 times 3, 12. 12 is the highest common factor. 6, 9, 12. 6, 2 times 3. 9, 3 times 3. 12, 3 times 4. So what's common? Only 1, 3 is common. You can write highest common factor is 3. 15, 30 and 45. How can you write? 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 10, 10 you can write 2 times 5. 45, 3 and 15 there. 15, 3 times 5. So what's the highest common factor? 3 is common and 5 is common. 3 times 5, 15. 11, 13 and 5. 11 you can write 1 times 11. 1 times 13. All these are prime numbers. 1 and the number itself are the factors. So what's the highest common factor? In this case only 1. Example number 1. Find the highest common factor of the algebraic terms in each part given below. So we can write separately. 2 times P times Q. 4, 2 times 2. P, Q, R. Now take the common one. Highest common factor 2 P Q. 2 P Q is the highest common factor. 7 Mn, 14 MNP, 28 MNQ. 7 is 7 times M and N. 14, 2 times 7 times M, N, P. 28, 2 times 14. 14, 2 times 7. M, N, Q. Now what are the common ones? 7, M, N. 7, M, N. So highest common factor is 7, M, N. Exercise 7.1. Find the highest common factor of the algebraic terms in each part given below. So you write like this and find out the common ones. X into y, 3 into x into y, 2 times 2 into x. Prime factors here. Without writing 4 times x, write 2 times 2 times x. X is common. Y is not common. So that's all. So highest common factor is just x. This one. 4C, 8A, 4B. 4. How can you write? We write in terms of prime numbers. 2 times 2 times C. 8, 2 times 2 times 2 and A. 4 again, 2 times 2. So you can see 2 and 2 common. So that's 4. 2 times 2, you get 4 is the highest common factor there. 2x, 8x and 4xy. We see 2x is the highest common factor, but we'll show 2 times x, 2 times 2 times 2x, 2 times 2 times x and y. So what's the common one? 2 and 1x. So the highest common factor is 2x. This one, 4p, 8pq, 12pq. 2 times 2, 4. And there's p. 2 times 2 times 2, pq. That's 8pq. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. pq. Now we'll take the common ones out. 2, another 2, and p. So highest common factor is 2 times 2 times p. That's 4p. Eight PQR, 16 QR, and 7 MQR. 8, 2 times 2 times 2. And then PQR is there. 16, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 7 times MQR. Now, what are common? Q is common. R is common. That's all. So what's the highest common factor? QR. This one. 4x, 6xy, 8qrx. 4x, 2 times 2 times x. 2 times 3y, x and y. 8, 2 times 2 times 2, q, r, x. Now take the common ones. 2. Another 2 is not common. X. That's all. So highest common factor is 2x. So highest one is 2x. 4x, 6abx, 10abxy. Now write down all the factors. 4x, 2 times 2. 6, 2 times 3, abx. 10, 2 times 5, abxy. Now, see the common factors. 2x. That's all. So, what's the highest common factor? 2x. This one, 6mn, 12mn, y, 15my. 6 means 2 times 3. 12, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3. 15, 3 times 5. Now we'll take the common ones. 3 and m. N is not common. So what's the highest common factor? 3m. Example number 1. Write the expression 36a plus 60b as a product of factors. So that means you can take the highest common factor out. So what do you think? 36 and 60b. 6 times 6. 6 times 10. So another 2. So 12. 12 times 3. 12 times 5. So that means 12 is the highest one. So take it out. You get 12 times 3. So 3a plus 5b. If you can't figure it out, you just write down 12 times 3a. 12 times 5b. So common one, take it out, and the remaining part you write inside brackets. Example number 2, write the expression as a product of factors. So 12x, 20y and 16z. 12, 4 times 3. 24 times 5. 16, 4 times 4. So 4 is the highest common one. So when you take 4 out, the remaining part 3x, 5y and 4z. So I told you, if you are not okay, write down 4 times 3, 3x. 4 times 5y. Here 4 times 4z. So when you take 4 out, the other parts inside the brackets. Exercise 7.2. Fill in the blanks. The expressions are given and you are asked to fill in the blanks. Okay. So 3x means 3 times x. 12 means 3 times 4. 3 is common, take it out. What's remaining? X plus 4. 15x you can write 5 times 3x. 20, 5 times 4y. So when you take 5 out, what's remaining? 3x and 4y. 12a. How you write 12a? 6 times 2a. Here, this number given now. 6 times 3, 18. So here, 3 comes there. So what's the number here? This is 18. Now look at this one. 12. 4 times 3x, you get 12x. This one, 4 times 2y, you get 8y. 4 times 5z is 20z. When you take 4 out, what's remaining? 3x, 2y and 5z. This one, you have to check the common factor. Here 5x is there. How will you get 30 from 5? 6 times 5x. Now you can take 6 out. 6 times 4, 24. So 4y there. 6 times 3, you get 18. And here we missed one blank. What's that? 6 times, when you take 6 out, what's remaining? 2a plus 3. Question number 2. Write each of the algebraic expressions given below as product of two factors such that one factor is the highest common factor of the terms of the expression. So what's the highest one? 2, you can take it out. X plus 3y. Here 4 is the highest one. So 2x plus 3y. This one, 3. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 9 and 27, 9. You can take 9, x plus 3y. 4 and 20, 4, you can take it out, p plus 5q. 12 and 30, get 6. 2p plus 5q. 20 and 30, you can take 10 out. 2a and 3b. 36 and 54, what's the number? 18. If you can't figure out, you just do it. 36 is 2 times 18. So 18 times 2. 54. When you divide by 2, you get 27. Divide by 3, 9. Again, this one. So here, 3 times 2, 18. 18 times 3. So 18, you can take it out. So 18 times 2a and 18 times 3b. So here 60 and 90 we see 10 is common and another 3. So 30. So you can take 30 out. So this is 2p and 3q. Part B. What's common? 5 is common. Take it out. What's remaining? 2y and here 5. 3, 15, 12. 3 you can take it out and write down the remaining numbers inside. 18, 12, 6. 6 you can take it out. 3 minus 2m plus n. 10, 20, 15. 5 only. 5, 2a, 4b and 3. If you can't take the highest one out, here again check inside whether you can take another factor out. Then you can do again. 9, 18, 9, I can take 9 out. C minus 2a plus 1, because 9 is 9 times 1. 12, 6, 18. 6 you can take. 2d plus 1 and 3c there. 3, 6, 3, 3 is common. X plus 2, y minus 1. 10, 4, 2, 2 is common. 5m, 2n minus 1. So this is 2 times 1. 12, 8, 4. 4 you can take it out. And then the remaining part you can write here. So 1 is there. 9, 3, 6, 3. 3 plus b plus 2, c. Here a is not common. A is not there. So 3 only. A squared, 2b, a. So here a also comes. 2ab plus 3b squared. 4, 16, 12. 4 is there. A is not common, so only 4. A squared minus 4ab minus 3c. Example number 1. Write minus 15 as a product of two factors such that minus 3 is a factor. So minus 15, if minus 3 is a factor, I can write minus 3 times 5. Part 2, write 10 as product of two factors such that minus 2 is a factor. So 10. If I take minus 2 as a factor, what's the remaining one? Minus 5. Because minus and minus, you get plus 10. Write down each of the algebraic expressions given below as a product of two factors such that one factor is a negative number. So we'll take a negative number out, minus 4. When you take minus 4, this is plus and this is plus. So 4y. Second one, we'll take minus 8 out. So remaining part, this is plus. Plus is there, so this becomes minus 3n. Minus minus, you get positive. And minus 16 is there, so this becomes plus 2. So minus 8 is the factor, we have taken it out. Exercise 7.3. Write minus 20 as a product of two factors such that minus 4 is one factor. If minus 4 is there, what's the other factor? 4 times 5, no, so the other one is plus 5, or you can write just 5. Write 12 as product of two factors such that minus 4 is one factor. So if this is 12, if I want to take minus 4, what happens to get plus? This should be minus 3. Minus 4 times minus 3, you get plus 12. Write each algebraic expression given below as a product of two factors such that one factor is a negative number. So we'll take minus 4. If you take minus 4, this becomes minus 3x. Minus minus plus. And here you get plus y. Expand and see whether you get the same expression. We'll take minus 4 out. This becomes plus 3. And this becomes minus y. Minus minus plus. Take minus 4 out. 3x plus y. Here minus 3 will take it out. A minus 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 plus 5b, and this becomes plus 2c. What's the common one? Minus 6 out. 2a. So you get minus 12a. This is minus because this is plus 3b. And this is minus already taken. This is 4c. What's the common factor there? 8 minus 8 will take. P. This is minus because this is plus. Minus minus plus 5q. And here minus already taken. So this is plus 8 times 3. Example number 1. Write the expression as a product of two factors. So here expression is 18x, 24xy and 12xz. So what are the common factors? 18, 24, 12, you can take 6 and x is common. So 6x, you can take it out. When you take 6x, this becomes 3. 6 times 4, so this is 4y. And 12, that's 2z. Multiply and see, 6 times 2, 12xc. Example number 2, write the expression as product of factors. 15pq, 45pqr and 60q. 15q is common. So we'll take 15q out. What's remaining? P is there. 15 times 3 is 45. So 3r. Here 15 times 4 is 60. So you can write 4. Example 3, write the expression as a product of factors. 3a, 6ab and 12ac. 3a is common. That's the highest common factor. When you take 3 out, this becomes 1. Remember that 3a times 1 is 3a. This is 2b. And when you take 3 from 12, that's 4c. So 6ab plus 12ac you are getting. Exercise 7.4. Write each algebraic expressions given below as a product of two factors. Now you can take the highest common factor out and write down the remaining part inside the bracket. So if this is P1 plus Q. So X is common, YZ plus PQ. 3X is common here. When you take 3X, that's 1 plus 2Y. Here 15 and 20, 5. And P you can take it out, 3Q minus 4R. This one, 4Y. P. You can take it out. 1 minus 4Q and then 3R. This one, what is common? 2A. 1 minus 4B and minus 4C. Take 5x out. 1 minus 2y and z, because we have taken 5x out. What's common here? 3ab. All three are common. Then 1 minus 3c. Write each of the following algebraic expressions as a product of two factors. Establish the accuracy of your answer by simplifying the product. So we have to recheck whether you are getting the answer. Okay. So first, take the common one, highest common factor. You get z minus 2p. Now we'll check whether we are getting the same thing. When you multiply, you get xyz. When you multiply this one, you get minus 2xyp. Now check xyp, you are getting the same answer. This one, when you take 4x out, 3 minus 5y. Now multiply and see whether you are getting the same. 4 times 3, 12x. 4 times 5, 20. That's minus 20xy. Check whether you are getting the same thing. Here, a is common. Take it out. b plus c minus d. Multiply and see whether you are getting the same answer. ab plus ac minus ad. So that's correct. What's common? P is common. Take it out. 1 plus q plus qr. Multiply and see. P into 1 p, p into q, pq and pqr. So that's correct. Take x out. P minus y minus 1. Multiply and check whether it's correct. xp minus xy minus x. So it's true. This one, what's common? 2ab. No, we can't take b. 2a, we'll take it out. Then this becomes 3b, 4b squared and 6c. When you multiply, what you get? 6ab, 2 times here, minus 8ab squared and 6 times 2, 12ac. Now check, it's correct. Join each algebraic expression in group A with the algebraic expression in group B, which it is equal to. So we can expand brackets and find the answer. 2 times x, 2x, 4y and 10. So this is the answer. Here when you multiply this one, 6a plus 4b, where 6a plus 4b and 12c. Order is not important, so we need to find out. Here 12c is there, 8a, 4b. So this one. 5 times 2. So you need to multiply all, okay, with the outside number. 10a minus 5. 10a minus 5. 5 times 3, 15b. So this is this. Next one, 4 times 3, 12x minus 8y and 20z. This one. 4pa or 4ap, 4bp and 4p. This one. 2 times 5, 10a. 10a minus 2ac. 10a minus 2ac and 4ab. This one, when you multiply, 2x minus 3xy. 2x minus 3xy and here 3xy squared. What about the next one? 8a, 4ab and minus 4ac. 5 times 3, 15xyz. 15xyz, 5 times 5, 25xy and 20xz. 3 times 4, 12x minus 6xy and 9xz. This one, 2 times 2, 4, 4rp squared, 4rp squared and 2qr and 2pqr. So you get this one. So you are getting all the answers there. Complete the table given below. Original expression and after factoring the expression. So that means you have to expand brackets. 12a, 4 times 2b, 8b, 4 times 3, 12a squared. What about this one? Here, other way around, you have to factorize. What's common? 9a common. When you take 9a out, 1 plus 3c squared plus 2b remaining. Here you need to expand. 3 times 2, 6ap. 3 times 3, 9. And then you get 9ar. And here you get 18a. This is also expanding brackets. 2a squared, 2 times 3, 6ab and 2 times 2, 4a squared c. Here 8 is common, take it out, and x you can take it out. When you take 8x out, y plus 3p and 8 times 5, 40. So 40, you get q is there. Expand. 6ab, 8bc and here what's the number here? 5. 2 times 5 minus 10 AC. Here also expand brackets. 6xpq. So we can write in order. 6pqx. 3 times 3, 9. 9x squared. And 3 times 6, 18 px. When you multiply this one by 6, 12 xy squared. And then 18 xy and 6 times 4, 24z. Now factorize this one. What's common? 3a is common. So when you take 3a out, b minus 2b here. So 3 minus, here 2b, and here when you take 3 out, 4c. Here you can simplify. So same term, you can first simplify and write down this one as 3a, b minus 2b minus b. This is also correct. Last one. What's common? 4x is common. Take it out, 4x, you get 2y minus 3p. 4 times 3, 12, xp. Then minus 4, take it out, 5ay. So 4x and this one, you get 20axy. Again, fill in the blanks. Algebraic expression is there, one factor, and you are asked to write down the other factor. So 4 is a factor. Then what's the other one? When you take 4 out, this becomes minus x and plus 3. Here you can write 3 minus x as well. Order is not important, so you can write 3 minus x also. Minus 4, when you take it out, what's remaining? We can take minus 4, then this becomes plus x, and here minus 3, x minus 3 now. 2, take it out. When you take 2 out, this becomes minus 3x and minus 4y. Because minus minus. Is it correct? No, this is plus 2. This becomes plus. If you take minus 2x out, this is plus. So 3, you get 3 times 2. Okay, then this is minus means this is minus. Take 2x out, 2 times 4. So 4y. Multiply and see 2. Minus 2 and minus 4 plus 8xy. This one, take 2 out. When you take positive 2 out, minus a, here, plus 2b, you get 4b, and when you take minus, from minus 6 plus 2, it becomes minus 3c. So you get minus 6c. Now we'll take minus 2 out. So when you take minus 2 out, this becomes plus a. And here you get minus 2b. Minus 2b and minus 2, you get plus 4b. And minus is there, this becomes plus. So when you take minus 2, this is 3c. So minus 2 times 3c minus 6c. Now take minus 3b from here. So what's the remaining part? This becomes positive and this is also positive. A plus 3. So multiply and see minus 3ba or 3ab and minus 9b. Here 2xy common. Then this becomes 1 minus 2 times 4, 4z. Because that's minus. Now here you can take whatever the highest common factor. So what's the highest common factor? 5y we can take. So we'll take 5y as the highest common factor. So what's remaining? You get x plus 2. Here y you have already taken, 2x, and here 2p. Now again, can you see same term given? 5xy and 10xy both are like terms. So you can add it here. So x and 2x you get 3x plus 2p. Now multiply and see. 5 times 3, 15xy. So these two 15xy. And 5y and 2p you get 10xp. Is it correct? Here this one and this one 10py. So that's correct. So we covered all theory part related to factors. So what's the main topic we did? Finding highest common factor. So take the highest common factor as one factor and the expression which is obtained by dividing each term of the algebraic expression by the highest common factor as the other factor, and write the algebraic expression as a product of these two factors. So that means when you want to factorize, what you do? Take the highest common factor and write down the remaining part inside the bracket. So practice all the exercises and examples and thorough with finding factors.